You're watching KCCI 8 News.
Breaking news tonight, an explosion rocks the Country Club Plaza in Kansas City. What caused it, the number of people injured, and how many are missing tonight. Also, downtown changes.
It's become more of a back door when it really should be a front door coming off of 235.
The popular Des Moines route that's next on the list for a facelift. But first, casino plans for Warren County and the big difference between this gambling proposal and Prairie Meadows.
Now, from Iowa's news leader, this is KCCI 8 News at 10 in high definition.
Good evening, everyone. They are calling this the biggest opportunity in the history of Warren County.
A casino with a $100 million impact. KCCI's Emily Price has a preview of the plans.
Everything is set to be unveiled tomorrow afternoon, but tonight we have learned exactly where they want to put that casino and how it will be different from Prairie Meadows, the Metro's original casino just 23 miles away.
This area of farmland at Highway 5 in the Southwest Connector near Norwalk may be gray now, but developers only see green.
You would be driving on Highway 5 and pass the sign for the casino and go, oh, hey, I'm going to stop there.
The casino, hotel, and event center in the works would be just 3 miles from busy Interstate 35. Warren County developers have grown tired of people driving away in the morning only to return at night.
80% of our workforce-based population leaves the county every day, so we lose a lot of dollars to other counties.
Right now, they won't talk specifics on number of jobs it could bring in, what it will look like, or how big it will be. But they say it will be more than just a casino. It will be a destination and will make itself different from Prairie Meadows. Specifically, it won't have racing.
I envision if there were a casino built here, I could see more businesses coming out. I could see a bowling alley, a theater, whatever. And I would think Norwalk would take off in a bigger building boom than they are.
While some see the gains, others can see drawbacks, like addiction.
Yeah, I think it can become an issue, especially if we have the availability to do it. Probably a lot of, drunk driving. Having people out late is not good.
But developers say there is far more good than bad, and a roughly $100 million impact will be great.
Every community in the county will receive a cut of the revenues. Nonprofits will have the opportunity to compete for funds. Every school district in the county will benefit.
This casino development will also be different from Prairie Meadows in the fact that it won't be a nonprofit organization. They do plan on giving back to the community, but it will be run by a private developer. We contacted Wild Rose, who has tried to bring a casino here for years, but no one is revealing tonight who is behind this casino.
Of course, they reveal the plans tomorrow,
Yes.
But we're still a long way from this becoming a real thing.
That's right. Warren County voters would have to vote on a referendum and pass it, and then after that, the Racing and Gaming Commission would then have to grant them a license. So it could be a long ways off.
All right, Emily, thank you. Now, voters in eastern Iowa are also looking at a proposed casino plan. Investors are hoping to build a complex in Cedar Rapids on the riverfront. A vote will take place in Lynn County in 2 weeks.
Also new tonight, the Des Moines School Board has voted to close the Gateway School.
The motion has been approved, 4 in favor and 3 against.
There you hear it, 4 in favor to close Gateway, to 3 to prevent it from closing. Administrators say Gateway School was too expensive to keep open. More than 170 students attended the International Baccalaureate Middle School. Tonight's meeting was packed with concerned parents, and many of them say that they're disappointed with this decision.
It certainly was a 4-3 vote, but I can also remind you that 3 years ago, just 3 years ago, there was a 7-0 vote to open Gateway. You don't close a school after 3 years.
The school is expected to close after the 2013-2014 school year. Also new tonight, no pawn shop for Windsor Heights, at least for now. The Board of Adjustment there voted 4-0 to deny the special licensing permit for a new pawn shop. The owners of the shop wanted it to go in a strip mall off 73rd Street near I-235. Critics say they were concerned about the location because that same strip mall is already home to a payday loan office. They believe the addition of a pawn shop would have been bad for surrounding businesses. An update to the breaking news that we brought you at 6.
A massive explosion in Kansas City after a gas leak at a restaurant on the plaza. Tonight, several people are injured. Take a look at this video just into the newsroom. The fire is now out at JJ's restaurant. You can see just how massive this blaze was. It all started right in the middle of happy hour. Flames and heavy smoke reach into the night sky over downtown Kansas City after an explosion started a fire in an upscale shopping center. Police say a car crashed into a gas main near the Country Club Plaza just after 6 o'clock. There was a strong smell of gas reported near the area just before the explosion. At least 10 ambulances were called to the scene. Several people were taken to the hospital with injuries. Some are said to be critical. The manager of a restaurant destroyed in that fire says 3 people remain unaccounted for. The shopping area dates back to 1922. It includes retail stores, offices, and apartment units. Our sister station in Kansas City, KMBC, is reporting tonight firefighters and gas workers were inside the restaurant prior to that explosion. They were believed to be investigating the source of a strong smell of gas. Again, 3 people are unaccounted for. Police say at least 14 people have been hurt. We will update this story tomorrow on KCCI 8 News This Morning, starting at 4:30.
Well, it's still about 2 days away, but a lot of people are thinking snow. Chief Meteorologist John McLaughlin has the early details, predictions, prognostications, and more.
Yes, and so far we still haven't been able to get up to those 20-inch amounts here in central Iowa that were bantied about earlier, but could be impressive nonetheless. It's impressive temperature-wise. Check out Mason City at -2, 13 for Des Moines, 14 down south Lamoni, and also in friendly Ottumwa. Winter storm watch, not tomorrow, but Thursday into Friday morning. You can see the entire state is under this watch as we wait to kind of pin down the location of this storm. Here's some new data that just came in a bit ago, and it continues with the heaviest amounts from about I-80 south and southwest, but even parts of northern Iowa could see moderate snowfall, and with the wind, it's going to be in the 20 to 35 mile an hour range. By Thursday afternoon, it is going to be a rough storm system across the state. Temperatures around 13 right now, 6 by early morning, colder in the outlying areas, 23 tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, John. It has happened on Fleur Drive, Ingersoll, ML King Parkway, and Locust Street.
And now it's Kiowa's turn. KCCI's Todd Magel explains in a story that's new at 10. Todd.
Kevin, Stacey, city leaders are calling it downtown's forgotten street, but it's always been one of the busiest, and they say it is now time for a change.
It's rush hour in Kiowa, just south of I-235, is packed with cars. 25,000 drivers come and go every day along this road, but the view they get is not the best. And now the Principal Financial is spending $250 million renovating its campus. Kio can no longer remain an afterthought.
Kiowa, coming off of Interstate 235, is really the front door into Principal's campus, and we've kind of ignored it for the last couple of decades, and it needs some attention.
City leaders have already had great success sprucing downtown gateway streets like Fleur on the south side and Ingersoll on the west. Now it's Kio's turn.
Looking at the things that have happened on Locust and looked at the things that have happened at Fleur Drive, it seems to be the next natural.
Mark Clark owns electronic engineering on Kio.
We're excited to see him do something with it and would like to be a part of it as much as we could.
Formal plans are still a year away, but any improvements are also designed to attract new businesses.
How can we make it a more inviting area as you're coming into downtown? Banners, planters, again, nothing over the top, but just kind of giving it a facelift.
Principal Financial renovations are expected to take at least 5 years to finish. Improvements along Kiowa would fit into that same plan.
Now, plans call for sprucing up Kiowa from University on the north end all the way to 8th Street on the southeast end downtown. And of course, Kio runs right in front of our studios out here, so we'll have a kind of a front row seat to see how this all goes.
Interesting to see how it all goes, but you mentioned the $250 million principal proposal, you know, the renovation and everything that they're going to do on their campus. Is that a done deal, actually?
It won't be until next week, probably. That's when the board votes, and there's a good bet they'll probably vote yes, and then that will provide the catalyst for this Kiowa project to start as well.
All right, all good to know. Thanks, Todd.
And we will be there tomorrow as jury selection continues in the murder trial of Seth Teckel. The Wapello County man is accused of killing his wife last May. Lisa Teckel was pregnant at the time of her death. Prosecutors believe Teckel killed her to carry on an affair with another woman.
She was missing for the better part of 2 weeks, but tonight a Des Moines woman is found alive in New Orleans. She is 34-year-old Jessica Pratt. She disappeared after going down to work at some nightclubs during Mardi Gras. Right now, her family is making arrangements to bring Jessica home, but they have not told us why she disappeared.
A dog shot multiple times, including in the head, survives. Griff is just the latest dog victim in a series of shootings in Benton County. Animal control officers say it's happened to 3 dogs in the past couple of weeks. Griff was found lying in a ditch with 4 gunshot wounds.
He was breathing, like gasping for air, and he was foaming at the mouth, like he just wasn't right.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, it's devastating to a family. It's part of the family, for most of us anyway. Treats it like our brother, sister, child, you name it, and it can be devastating.
Griff and the other 2 dogs who were shot in the past couple of weeks are all expected to be okay. The Benton County Sheriff is now investigating. It's a lawsuit that made it all the way to the Iowa Supreme Court.
And tonight we will tell you why the highest court in the state was hearing arguments about bed bugs.
Well, usually fathers cheer on their sons who are playing college basketball. Coming up, hear how it's possible for a father-son duo to be teammates on the court. Hi, Kevin and Stacy. All eyes on the approaching snow, and lucky for you, we have weather every 5 minutes on KCCI 8 News this morning. Plus, Kim St. Ange's live with the one item most in demand at local grocery stores. And did chicken and waffle chips sound good to you? Well, we're going to give new potato chip flavors a try live on the air.
From Iowa's news leader, this is KCCI 8 News at 10 with Kevin Cooney, Stacy Horst, Chief Meteorologist John McLaughlin, and Sports Director Andy Garman. This is KCCI 8 News at 10 in high definition.
Welcome back, everyone. The battle over bed bugs has now reached all the way to the Iowa Supreme Court.
Justices tonight heard arguments about whether a class action suit filed by residents against landlords should proceed. KCCI's Patrick Bell was the only television reporter there.
The evening session of the Iowa Supreme Court began promptly at 7 o'clock. The packed gallery, nearly 100 people, watched intently as attorneys made their case for and against a class action suit filed by current and former tenants of Elsie Mason Manor and Lagudi Tower in downtown Des Moines.
In this case, 100% of these units were infested with bed bugs. 100%.
But attorneys representing the owners of both buildings disagree. That's why they're appealing a Polk County District Court judge's ruling that tenants can proceed with a class action suit.
We're here asking the court to reverse Judge Novak's ruling. The court took a building-wide approach to it, and we think that's improper, that you can't just say, well, you have bed bugs in some of the building, therefore the entirety of the building is uninhabitable. We would submit that each individual plaintiff has a responsibility to show that their unit was unsafe, that it had a dangerous condition in it, i.e. the bed bugs.
But former residents.
I was bitten from head to toe when I found the first bug.
And current tenants hope Supreme Court justices uphold the district court's class action certification.
I hope we win this case. We need this civil action.
And this legalese can be complicated, so let me walk you through what happened tonight. These are oral arguments, and attorneys emphasized legal points, and justices, Stacy, had the opportunity to really ask questions to help clarify those arguments.
Any idea on when we could expect a ruling here?
Not anytime soon. Justices will privately discuss this legal question. One justice will then begin the arduous task of researching and writing the court's opinion, and following drafts and debates, a final opinion will be reached. It will likely take several weeks at the earliest.
All right, Patrick, thank you.
Got it.
Meanwhile, in Washington, the U.S. Supreme Court once again is taking on the tricky issue of campaign finance laws. The High Court has agreed to hear a challenge to individual donation limits in federal election campaigns. Now, currently, the limit for individuals to donate to political candidates, that's plural, candidates, is $46,000 and $70,000 to political action committees. But a GOP donor is challenging those restrictions, saying they violate the First Amendment.
All right, John, how about this wind? Today's wind was just ridiculous. When you're sitting in your vehicle and you feel it shake because the wind is so strong.
Got up into the mid 40-mile-per-hour range. The good news, it didn't come with any snow.
Yeah.
That is coming, however. We don't want you to feel left out. It's all ahead next.
From Iowa's weather leader, this is your KCCI Storm Team 8 forecast.
It is cooling off in a hurry out there tonight. Temperature is already at 13 degrees. Our wind chill is now below zero. Wind still brisk out of the northwest at about 17 miles per hour. As you look across the state, northwest winds continue. That is going to allow that cold air we've showed you the last couple of nights up in Minnesota to pour into the state, and the result will be wind chills well below zero already. Look at this, Mason City, 23 degrees below zero. and single digits below zero as you get south of Interstate 80. Big picture, clear skies over Iowa, so quickly cooling off. Starting to see the clouds moving in from the southwest. This cloud shield is well ahead of the storm system affecting us on Thursday, but we'll gradually see those clouds increase, and then the moisture will increase as far as snow. By tomorrow afternoon, we should see snow in central Nebraska, down into Kansas, portions of Oklahoma, along with a little bit of drizzle or even rain mixed in ahead of this. Futurecast timing again, clear tonight. We'll have partly sunny skies through the day tomorrow. Then, as we head into Thursday, early morning, we'll start to see some snow in the southwest, and then we'll gradually lift that snow north, and by Thursday evening, we'll have widespread snow in central Iowa and probably starting to get up around Highway 20 by 6 p.m. Snowfall amounts continue to be focused mainly across areas of central, southern, and southwest as far as the heaviest amounts. They're still jumping around a little bit until this system actually ejects and gets where we can model it a little bit better. But north, 4 or 5 inches as you head south toward the metro, 6 to around 8. And Lamoni has consistently been coming in around 9 to 10. So we'll watch this, look at all the computer models, kind of use the manual forecast methods as we talked about last night, which were in the 8-inch range. So we'll continue to watch, but you can see it is going to be a moderate snow event, especially central and south, and potentially up to the north as well. All right, tonight, 5 degrees actual temp. If you're in Ames, outside of town at all, you're going to be around 3 or so it will be colder outside of the city. 24 tomorrow, winds still out of the north, 10 to 15, gusting up around the low 20s. Now, Thursday, there's that snow moving in, and it will be a cool day, also breezy. Now, as you head toward the southern Iowa border, temperatures will be slightly warmer. Might even see some rain in northern Missouri. Friday, the snow moving out, temperatures really don't change too much, still in the 20s. Saturday, dry. Sunday, a second system, much weaker, but could pick up another couple inches of snow from this one, and that will mean we'll have to watch more blowing with the heavy snow we're going to get Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures back into the upper 20s, low 30s. So certainly a fluid situation, but it looks pretty positive. We'll see at least 5-6 inches, perhaps up to 10 in the south.
Thank you for being so positive.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
The best of Iowa, the amazing acts of kindness that got some into the Volunteer Hall of Fame. They are some of Iowa's best volunteers who have given their time to help others. 5 people were inducted today into the Volunteer Hall of Fame. They include a Sioux City dentist who's provided more than $4 million in free dental care, and the Junior League of Des Moines. The Red Cross is putting out a final call for nominations for Heroes of the Heartland. If you know somebody who has performed an extraordinary act of courage or dedicated time to a special cause, nominate them online at redcross.org/Iowa. The deadline is March 1st. The awards will be announced in April. Most fathers watch their sons play college basketball.
Watch is the key word here. But at Dubuque's Emmaus Bible College, one father plays alongside of his son. 54-year-old Paul Reuter played for Emmaus back in the 1980s, but he had to leave to take care of the family farm. Now, more than 30 years later, he's back in school and back on the team alongside son Caleb, who says dad is a great passer and has quick hands.
Good for him.
Big on the assist.
Well, a lot of girls' basketball teams have been trying to get to state tonight. Some of them punched their tickets. Sports director Andy Garman has the highlights next.
From Iowa's sports leader, this is KCCI 8 Sports.
It's been quite a year for girls basketball in this state to this point, with the team shuffling up and down the rankings and no team proving to be unbeatable. And after tonight's regional finals, you know next week's state tournament is going to be wide open. We begin with Southeast Polk and Ames, 2 CIML teams getting together this game at Johnston High School. Third quarter, Ames down but showing some fight. Bailey Jackson inside with a nice short bucket. Then Shia Kellogg gets left wide open at the free throw line, and she makes him pay, knocking down a little jumper. Then watch Ashley Ray, quick crossover and straight to the rim. Nobody stops her. Ames comes back to lead 34-33 at the end of 3 quarters. Little Cyclone fans feeling it. Fourth quarter, Southeast Polk comes right back. Annie Penquite for 3, good. Annie Penquite for 3, good again. showing off NBA range as she knocked down that deep triple. Of course, the star for the Rams, future Drake signee, Caitlin Ingle. You can't leave her open. She splashes home a triple. Southeast Polk wins 54-46 the final. Rams headed back to state.
It's a huge win. You know, Ames beat us early on in the season, and we came back, and we knew they were going to make a run in the third quarter, and we fought it off, and we played through it, and we're really excited to go to the well.
These girls have been through, they've been through a lot. You know, they've been through complete coaching changes, you know, losses early on that were tough, but, you know, they battled back, and I think they're stronger, and, you know, they faced adversity, and they've overcome it, and they want it bad, and they work hard, and, you know, I can't ask for a better team.
More girls basketball. The Garmin's great coaches, Bob Hansen, Sharon Hansen, leading Dowling Catholic against Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln over at Hoover High School. Second quarter, that's Kathleen Meek, free throw line jumper. She knocks it down, then working against the zone. Meek in the soft corner, wide open, and hits another jumper. Then it's Hayden Butler, another way to beat the zone, dial up long distance. Hayden for a deep three, knocks it down. Dowling was trailing, but they roar back to knock off the Lynx, 53-30 the final. Dowling faces the winner of the regional final between Waterloo West and Des Moines East up at St. L High School. First quarter, East Erika Day pulls the trigger. The three is good. East by a bucket. A little bit later, it's Day again, and it's all Day. Long three is good. East wins in a rout. East wins in a close one, 47-44. They face Dowling Wednesday in round one at State. Our final stop in girls basketball. Waukee fans in full force, hoping the Warriors could knock off Cedar Rapids, Washington up at Ankeny High School. That's Ashley Dawson with a jumper. Waukee led by 2. Then after that basket, though, the Warriors went ice cold. And Cedar Rapids Wash would take advantage. With a minute to go, putting on the press, and the Warriors break it. That's too easy. Danielle Franklin finishes the break. Waukee loses 61-54 the final. Cedar Rapids Wash pulls the upset. The incoming Snowapalooza has forced officials with both Iowa and Nebraska to rethink their basketball schedule. The Hawks and Huskers were supposed to play Thursday night right in the heart of the blizzard in Lincoln. Instead, the game is being postponed until Saturday at 1 o'clock. It was supposed to be on ESPN2. We're not sure right now where the game is going to be televised, but it will tip Saturday at 1. We'll keep you updated. College ball from tonight, Northern Iowa taking on Missouri State down in Springfield. Anthony James right to the rack. He had 17 points. UNI goes on a 14-2 run to take control. Deion Mitchell for 3 is good. Then Seth Tuttle, star of the game, 19 points. UNI wins 69-63. Panthers have won 6 straight. They're in 3rd place in the Valley.
Today's market report is sponsored by Wells Fargo Advisors.
All right.
Bone-chilling cold overnight. Temperatures in the single digits. Tomorrow, mid-20s. The snow moves in through the day on Thursday and then moves out Friday. We will have blowing, drifting, all that stuff, so just kind of prepare yourself.
Thank you, John. Coming up next on The Late Show, Michelle Williams, Chris O'Donnell, and musical guest Vaughn Gray.
That begins in just about 15 seconds. We thank you for being with us as always tonight. Wake up bright and early and get all the latest on the weather and news beginning at 4:30. We'll see you tomorrow.